Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Dim Sum and Faith, How Our Stories Form Our Souls, by Jenn Suen Chen. Narrated by Jenn Suen Chen. For my husband John, thank you for loving me through every season. To Josiah, Micah, Johanna, Elijah, Summer, and Sydney, thank you for loving me back. Introduction. You know my thoughts even when I'm far away. You see me when I travel and when I rest at home. You know everything I do. Psalm 139, verses 2-3. There was nowhere to escape the cold. It was our first long winter in China, and the frigid, short days moved in on my soul, threatening to dim any glimmer of warmth or light. We had recently moved 7,000 miles across the ocean from a familiar, safe place to a country I was sure would never feel that way. Our apartment on the 7th floor lacked an elevator, which left us with no choice but to climb up and down 225 stairs multiple times a day. The back of the building overlooked a small cement courtyard where grandmothers gathered daily with their groceries for neighborhood gossip, and grandfathers brought their colorful birds in bamboo cages and played Chinese chess sitting on round plastic stools. The open-air vegetable market was adjacent to our apartment, and the confusing aroma of barbecue pork, fresh fish, and trash wafted up through our windows. That winter, the unfamiliarity of this place was unbearable for my newly pregnant self. I was often curled up in bed, nausea and sadness consuming my willpower to move. My firstborn, who was 2 years old at the time, ran his toy trains over me as he snacked on the last bits of cereal we had brought from America and sipped milk from his purple cup. Sensitive to my feelings, he tried to cheer me up with his giggles. It usually worked, at least for a few moments. We had landed in China just a month earlier, having said goodbye to friends and family, packed our lives into suitcases, and joined new friends who were living in the northeast of the country. Getting up each morning was challenging, and the shame over how I felt was my heaviest burden. Though these were not my best moments, they were certainly some of my most honest ones. I had always been able to put on a smile, find my thankful heart, and push through. Until now. For a person who rarely struggles with not having enough energy, this felt like coming to the end of myself. The grief felt so foreign, like an enemy had moved in and taken residence in my soul. I hated these feelings of anxiety and fear, both of which I had tried to run from most of my life. If I could have fixed myself, I would have done it. But the toll of goodbyes and moving halfway around the world had caused a tear in my heart, and I feared I would never heal. I couldn't remember ever feeling more unsure of myself. I loved my husband and toddler and was so excited for a new baby on the way. Our new community was warm and welcoming, and our neighbors served us with loving hospitality. So what was wrong with me? This place of wilderness I was encountering not only felt unfamiliar, but exceptionally uncomfortable. On other occasions, I probably could have rallied, having managed to avoid sadness and grief from crushing me. Until now, I had always clung to the truths that had been deposited in me so early on, truths around who God is and my identity as His child. A strong calling had propelled me into this life overseas. Now I could not even recognize myself. While everyone around me seemed to be living with great purpose and ability, even simple tasks like cooking and cleaning had become challenging for me. When life feels uncomfortable. How did I get here? This question began as a whisper deep in my soul, but grew to a heart's cry demanding an answer. You too may have wondered the same thing at some point in your journey. At times we may have whispered this in desperation.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?